And last is John Pascal Van Houten. John was also diagnosed, like Jennifer, at the age of 32. He works as the Vice President of Technology for Pacific Investment Management Company, has 4 kids and a grandchild to boot. Pascal, welcome. Happy to have you be part of our conversation, too. They didn't exactly get handed a lot of hope at the beginning, and they didn't really get the information that they most needed. Was that true for you as well?
Absolutely. It was one of those events where you think, at age 32, you're invincible, right? I had an 18-month-old child, and I was diagnosed at an office in Newport Beach, where they basically, I came in for a twitch in my pinky. A week later, I came back with the results from the MRIs and all the stuff that they do, and they observe you. And the doctor said, okay, you have Parkinson's disease. Here's a prescription, you can go home now. That was 16 years ago. And so it was a tremendous shock to find out that even the doctor could just give you that information and send you on your way. There was nothing like the Michael J. Fox Foundation or a gathering like this here. I felt lonely and totally abandoned. And within like a month, all my acquaintances and friends were disappearing. So it was really a shocking scenario.
Did you struggle with that sense also of being alone in this, Randy? And because we're not all built to necessarily join in and go to big gatherings or support groups or whatever. Did you struggle with that, and how did you, if so, how did you contend with it? For you, what was your sort of first steps forward?
Well, first was I was asking the neurologist, come, put me in touch with some people like in the same situation, my age. And it took like 6 years before there was anybody that I could connect with that was in the same camp. And I started a young onset Parkinson's support group.
Randy and John Pascal, I'm interested in what you take from that as well, and what that also corresponds to in your own life. John Pascal, in terms of both this idea of fighting back, but also in seeing something through, even when your body doesn't feel like it. Part of what I heard Jennifer say is that she just said, I'm going to finish what I started.
Well, if you haven't noticed yet, I'm way more wiggly than the But the thing is, I never give up. And that's one of the things, right? You can't give up. And why I'm going to talk real fast right now, because the clock is ticking against us. And also, one end gets paralyzed, frozen as I call it. When my medicine doesn't work, my mind keeps going, but my body can't cash the check, right? So therefore, I do everything in quadruple time. And one of the things that I was very fortunate, I met my angel about 7 years ago in Kenya from, and she helped me get a new energy of life. So what I'm doing is everything that I need to do, I need to plan more. So I think of this like, you need to simplify your life. You need to manage, you have to get a team around you to manage your life. You need to be interesting, keep it interesting, and for yourself and for the people around you. You need love, and you need to educate yourself and educate the people around you. So smile.
I'm going to go through that again. I'm going to go through that again. So smile, add love to your life, simplify your life, and have people around you, a kind of team to kind of manage.
Yeah, because I think it is most of the time it's even more difficult for the people around you than for you yourself. I'm sometimes in agony when I'm alone, right? My muscles start cramping, I can start screaming of pain. But that's when the meditation comes in, right? You have to bring it to yourself and say, I can deal with this, I can get through this, I'm not going to die. So that's very difficult, but you need to manage all those things.
What would you add to that list, Randy Griggs? And you were nodding your head about the family part of this as well.
Well, the family part is very, very difficult because, especially in early diagnosis when you don't have a lot of physical symptoms, there are a lot of cognitive symptoms that don't get discussed a lot with any of the practitioners that you might see. That has actually been my biggest struggle over the last year is anxiety, primarily anxiety. But I go back to meditation, awareness, observation, non-judgment as being the key factors that have actually made my life much better today than it was a year ago.
Would you say, Randy, that for you, we always refer to Parkinson's as a movement disorder, and John Pascal was referencing the fact that his extra movements, the dyskinesia, are intense sometimes for him, freezing.
And things like that. But still, today, I'm very, very much thinking, and I see that clock running like a thousandth of a second. It's like a countdown. It's like every day I wake up, and I'm like, I have to run this marathon, keep running, and just like the Olympics where I go every day. And I wake up every morning with the idea, I'm going to make a difference today. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I have accomplished something that I can be proud of.
That strikes me as both a good thing, but also a challenge. I wonder if you could each take that a little bit further, because I think that sense that the clock is ticking, what John Pascal is referring to is we have a big clock in front of us telling me that right now you have 14 minutes, 36 seconds, and 23 frames left before I have to shut up. So that sense that the clock is ticking is, I think, something we often feel. That can be a good thing, Jennifer, but I wonder if also, maybe it's what Randy is suggesting about also sort of quieting yourself. It's like, I feel like you kind of have to do both. You have to, I'm going to make a difference today, but not be so stressed out about, oh my God, my life is going to end if I don't get this done today.
Right, and I think that's a continuing struggle.
Wish had been said, what would you like to say to everyone?
Well, I think one of the things is that, let's not get it wrong, the disease sucks. So, but I want to say that I think one of the key ingredients that I was not told at the beginning, and which is clearly demonstrated today, exercise is one hell of a good thing to do. You have to keep doing it. Get out there or do whatever you can. The other thing is nutrition. What you eat is so important. What happens in that engine inside your body to keep you going. And that's very important. I keep smiling.
We will pursue something. Thank you, John.